Hiya Kids, back again, Blacky Black Metal here, representing black metal on YouTube. Yeah, kind of trying to make this one quick. I got a little business meeting to take care of in a little bit. Didn't really have time to do a whole corpse paint deal tonight, so I'll do it tomorrow or something. But wanted to go ahead and get in one quick video just because I had some fresh stuff on my mind. Turns out I didn't know as much about Metallica as I thought I did. It turns out I know. I mean, I'm 30. I've been listening to Metallica since I was probably 8, 9. So I thought I was pretty knowledgeable, but you know, there's a lot of stuff I didn't cover as far as the history of the band and a lot of things that Hetfield or Ulrich have done. Hammett, especially Kirk Hammett. Kirk Hammett is a really huge influence of mine, just through I guess influence through another guitarist. I guess my guitar mentor in high school was straight up Kirk Hammett clone. He had his guitar, he played like him, he had all the Metallica tab books and all that stuff. And I learned basically, you know, that style. Like, that's what I was taught more, was the whole speed metal. I don't even know how I would say it, but either way, it was straight up Kirk Hammett style. You know, that's how I was taught to play guitar. That's how I was taught. You know, what's the word I'm looking for here? Like, just that fashion in which Hammett plays. You know, it's very similar to Mustaine, but it's Hammett. It's all his own. And Mustaine, of course, is all his own. But regardless, you know, there's a lot of stuff I didn't cover about Metallica. I'm going to get to them later, but right now, you know, just through going through the whole Metallica thing, I learned a lot about Dave Mustaine. Dave Mustaine has always been a huge part of, you know, the kind of metal that I was into, or the influence in the kind of metal I ended up, you know, primarily into. I remember being young, like maybe 9, 10 years old, and you know, seeing the Sweating Bullets video late at night on MTV, and it was like awesome, just because it was such a metal thing. You know, it was really dark and disturbing, and definitely the kind of shit that my mother would not have liked. So that is the primary influence there, is that you know, the whole metal thing was just definitely more appealing to me as far as expressing any kind of individuality. But anyway, as it goes, Megadeth, totally the shit. Mustaine gets kicked out of Metallica early on after Master Puppets. Not Master Puppets, I'm sorry, after Kill 'Em All. There I go, you know, with my knowledge of Metallica again. But it gets kicked out after Kill 'Em All, and goes on to start Megadeth. And Megadeth definitely, in my opinion, kind of held this really high metal position. They really were, you know, the best. They were, to me, as far as metal goes, they were like just thrash, just total straight up, you know, speed metal still. The kind of sound that I wish Metallica still had around the time that I came in, around the Black Album. But through the Black Album, I discovered Master Puppets. Through Master Puppets, I discovered, I went like backwards basically, but you know, through the Black Album, I saw, you know, old school Metallica, or seeked out old school Metallica. And Justice for All, you know, needless to say, probably my #1 favorite Metallica album. But anyway, as I was saying, Mustaine on his own definitely was able to kind of pull off the same exact effect. There's definitely got to be somebody to touch on Mustaine and Megadeth in some kind of doc or something. You know, like, I know Metallica's had a few, like MTV, you know, covered them. VH1 even, like in the 90s, like, forget some kind of monster. Like, they had docs long before, you know, that big long movie one, you know, that we all kind of want to forget. But anyway, as I was saying, what was I talking about? Fuck, I forgot what I was talking about. Okay, yeah, the Metallica docs. But Megadeth definitely needs some kind of doc. And as far as when did it really get to me, I really feel like it really got sick around the time I came in. Of course, you know, it's going to be a little biased just because I came in around Countdown to Extinction, to be honest, and went backwards also and kind of stayed with the band from Countdown to Extinction just because they were the sickest riffs in there, and it was all together, like just total, like what I wanted Metallica to sound like at the time. It was like I wanted to take Metallica and like turn that shit up, like, you know, right now, you know, like you used to be. And Megadeth was what I wanted to hear and what I stepped in and started listening to. But anyway, as I was saying, in the 90s, definitely some of the best stuff. Angry Again off the Last Action Hero soundtrack altogether was, to me, really good. Like, as far as being a young metalhead at the time and the kind of bands that appeared on it. But definitely that song there, Angry Again by Megadeth, one of the most masterfully written metal songs ever. If you ever get a chance, make sure you check out Angry Again by Megadeth. But anyway, as I was saying, Dave Mustaine definitely has you know, been a really outspoken, to a degree, and you could say controversial, but it really hadn't been like huge. To me, I don't really think. There was the one time where he got the Irish all pissed off with the IRA thing or whatever. But you know, he was in Ireland, and isn't he Irish through ancestry or something? So you know, if he felt in his place to say something, you know, if he's Irish, fucking, he can say that, you know, like might piss them off, whatever. I don't even. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't even say anything because I really don't even remember what the whole uproar was about. But anyway, yeah, recently, you know, he what did he do? It was all on Twitter where he you know, used some kind of slurs to reprimand some asshole at a Megadeth show. And you know, don't get me wrong, I try to be as sensitive as I can to everybody for whatever reason. Of course, you know, me being a black person myself, I try not to, you know, say mean shit to people and or use slurs or whatever. But if, you know, the old school thing with the whole, you know, FAAGOT deal is that you didn't always assign it to necessarily men who were homosexual. You would assign it to just some guy who was just generally being an asshole. So apparently at this show, Mustaine calls this dude a, you know, bag, and you know, tells him to kiss his ass or something and kicks him out of the show. This is a metal tradition. So many frontmen have had to do this very same thing at shows, and it's I mean, come on, really. I mean, it wasn't, you know, he probably should have chosen a better choice of words considering how famous he is. But you know, it's a metal show, man. Should have shut his ass up and, you know, wait for them to get Megadeth. Some kind of shit happened with the technical stuff, and some guy starts, like, you know, heckling on him. When it's Dave Mustaine and Megadeth, like, that's just in itself totally disrespectful. You know who you heckling, man? Like somebody who influenced other younger bands that are just now getting famous that you listen to. That kind of shit. Like, I totally don't believe in any kind of disrespect to you know, the masters, the guys who, you know, are responsible for other bands' sound altogether. You know how many people have taken songs and, like, I was saying, I think I talked about it before, Orion, how Orion sounded just like an In Flames song. Like, clearly, In Flames listened to that fucking Metallica song, and their whole entire sound for the first few albums was based off of that song. And you can totally hear it. Like, if you really listen to music, you can see the sound influence that a lot of bands have from other bands, older bands usually. And in a lot of cases, it may be just a single song even that entire band bases their sound off of. And, you know, just like Metallica, Megadeth is definitely owed that credit also. Definitely Mustaine as the front man and going on and being such a great writer. So many people don't understand that. There's, what was it, Kill 'Em All and Ride the Lightning had stuff that Mustaine wrote on it, you know? From point blank, well, Kill 'Em All obviously because he was still with him, but I think by Ride the Lightning was Round, wasn't that when he left Round? Either Ride the Lightning or Master Puppets, one or the other. But either way, you know, you can listen to that music and hear how Metallica itself, in its sound, really, you know, and not to discredit Ulrich and Hetfield at all, geniuses, you know, on their own altogether, like totally, you know, stood on their own without Mustaine. But, you know, Horseman is the shit. Horseman is one of the best Metallica songs ever written. Who wrote it? Dave fucking Mustaine. It's who wrote it. Dave Mustaine. You know, people need to really look this guy up and, you know, pay him the homage that he definitely deserves. Well, anyway, as I was saying, I want to go ahead and get in a quick video with about Dave Mustaine and shit. Rock on Dave Mustaine. I know it's Megadeth isn't black metal, but still, I gotta, you know, give it to the greats and all the people who definitely influenced me and, you know, the kind of metal that I listen to, or the sound that I like, or the kind of sound that I want to play on guitar, you know, that kind of thing. I mean, I'm a shitty guitar player, I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually kind of working together a fund now to get a sweet Randy Rhoads style setup. You know, like I said before, Randy Rhoads, my total idol, guitar idol. And I want to sit down and look back over old tab books and learn shit again, you know, the stuff that survived. I had stuff stolen from, well, I mean, I stopped playing, you know, so the guys who were still playing, you know, totally just leached, you know, took my chords from my amp. I wasn't using my tab books. I had Injustice for All tab book. A friend of mine ended up with that, and somehow mysteriously, you know, it fell into the abyss of his possessions and whatnot. And that was somebody else's tab book, to be honest with you. But anyway, Megadeth is definitely owed the same battle that Metallica is, in my opinion, and in the opinions of other metalheads too, I'm sure. But definitely Dave Mustaine as a frontman, a musician and songwriter altogether. He is definitely a metal legend, in my heart at least. You know, right up there with the likes of the dead, you know, like Dio, of course. And well, I mean, even some of them aren't dead. Halford's not dead, but Halford's a legend, most definitely, regardless of how you might feel. Rob Halford is definitely owed just as much as Ozzy, or I hate to say Jimmy Page, Modern Plant, but Zeppelin was kind of a metal band, they kind of were. There's some good Zeppelin songs. I had a friend that is a big Zeppelin head, so Shaggy, you know what I mean? Anyway, Megadeth is definitely one of the greatest metal bands ever. If you want to start listening, I recommend, you know, listening Blackie Black metal style. Start with Countdown to Extinction. Work your way back, jump back to the next album after Countdown to Extinction once you get to the first one, and rock on and hail metal, hail Dave Mustaine. Peace, children.